What is the best way to bloom spices in oil or ghee? Imagine turning a simple dish into something bursting with flavor just by a little kitchen trick. That trick is blooming spices in oil or ghee, and it's a game changer for your cooking. When you bloom spices, you cook them briefly in hot fat, which helps releases their full aroma and taste. This process is especially helpful if you want your homemade spice blends or everyday meals to taste richer and more layered. Blooming spices means cooking them in oil or ghee until they become fragrant. The key is to use fat that can carry the spices, flavors, especially those that dissolve in fat like cumin, mustard seeds, or cardamom. You start by heating a small amount of oil or ghee in a pan over medium heat. You want the fat hot enough to sizzle when you add the spices, but not so hot that it smokes or burns. Once the oil is hot, add your whole spices first, like mustard seeds or cumin seeds. Stir them constantly for about 20 to 60 seconds. You'll notice the spices sizzle and releases a wonderful aroma. If you're using ground spices like turmeric or chili powder, add them after the whole spices have toasted a little. Keep stirring to prevent burning. The ground spices will turn a shade darker and smell more intense. This process is quick but powerful. After blooming, you can add chopped onions, garlic, or tomatoes. These ingredients will soak up the flavored oil, spreading the spices' taste throughout your dish. Blooming is especially useful when making curries, stews, or even simple fried eggs. For example, blooming cumin and chili powder in oil before frying eggs adds extra flavor without extra cost. You don't need fancy tools for blooming spices. A basic skillet or small pot works fine. Use whatever oil or ghee you have, even a small amount like 1 or 2 tablespoons. If your spices are older and have lost some punch, blooming can revive their flavor, so you don't need to buy new ones as often. Remember not to overheat the oil or ghee. If it starts to smoke, turn down the heat immediately. Stir constantly to avoid burning the spices. When you see the spices become fragrant and slightly darker, it's time to add the next ingredients. Whole spices take longer to release their flavor, so add them first. Ground spices go in later. Blooming spices in oil or ghee is a simple, budget-friendly trick that boosts flavor in any dish. It helps you get more taste from the spices you already own and makes your meals more delicious. It's a handy skill to have in your kitchen toolkit, especially if you like making homemade spice blends or cooking on a budget. Next time you cook, try blooming your spices and enjoy the richer, more vibrant flavors it brings to your food.